All right, round one of the college football playoff is over. I am back from vacation, so I'm going to give my updated opinions on what happened this weekend. First off, let's start off with a consensus. So my predictions were obviously in Alabama. I had Alabama to win. I had A&M to beat Miami, and then I had obviously Ole Miss and Oregon to win. So 3 out of 4, not terrible, not a bad weekend whatsoever. So let's start off with the Alabama game because I don't want to make this a full video. I just want to make this a quick little short to go up on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. And so Alabama, Oklahoma, Alabama down 17-0 going into this a little bit halfway through the second quarter. They come back, interception for 6, a touchdown, pretty much a whiffed punt. All that, whatever that is, all that happened, and Alabama went the other way and scored that touchdown and made it 17-17 going into halftime. They pretty much controlled the rest of the game. I think it was 34-7 after the 17-0, and Alabama got a pretty big win there. So you look at that team. I think Alabama, they have Ty Simpson, who is very, very good at his job. He's very, very impressive at his job, and I'm very, very interested to see what he can do to finish off the rest of this season and what that team looks like for the rest of the season. Because it was a very, very impressive win, and I look forward to seeing what they can do to build on that. Oklahoma, though. What a struggle that was. Genuine struggle that looked like it was. Because they just couldn't. They were up 17-0. Many men came on. That game went over. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to say it. But they crumbled. Like, you're up 17-0. That drop after John Mateer scrambled out of the pocket. If I had his receiver wide open, it was a drop for 6. Like, that drop cost them the game. If that's a touchdown, this game's over. We're going home. There's no conversations whatsoever. Because that's 24-0 at that point, and I think that's game over for Alabama. But regardless, that did not happen, and Alabama turned the tails and won the game. Miami versus Texas A&M, 10-3. Lots of wind, lots of missed field goals, lots of despair. But I think a big thing you have to have a conversation about, it always goes back to the quarterback play. It always goes back to who the quarterback is, or are, I guess. And Carson Beck and Marcel Reed, who kept it cleaner? It was Carson Beck. He didn't play an exceptional game, but he didn't throw any interceptions. He didn't fumble the football. I think Marcel Reed had 3 turnovers. I think he had a fumble and 2 interceptions. Not good enough, obviously. I think offenses will struggle for Miami in the next round against Ohio State, but we'll talk about that in a later video. I'll also say this, is that I was pretty hell-bent on the thought that Texas A&M, I'm not sold on them. They're not complete. They're not a great team. They're not going to be a team that can get past the first round. I know I did have them. I don't love Miami. Granted, I think that might have been a little bit biased of me to pick Miami because I didn't like Miami making the playoffs regardless. And so who knows? I think that could be a better win, a better game for A&M next year. But this year, there's not. Marcel Reed's not there yet. He isn't ready yet. I think next year we'll see what happens. Ole Miss versus Tulane and Oregon versus JMU. JMU, yes, they did put 34 on Oregon. They still fought hard. I love that. And for the people who are in the background saying that, oh, these two teams don't deserve to be there, fair. But also, they made it. Show them their respect. Give them the respect that they deserve. Simple as that. Ole Miss without Lane Kifflin, no problem. I think they were up 21-0 to start this game. Very, very impressive from Ole Miss. I'm interested to see how they look in the next round against Georgia because that's going to be a real test. And then Oregon as well. Oregon, I think their first 5 drives were touchdown, 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 touchdown. Impressive, nonetheless. Excited to see what they can do. I think Oregon's one of the most underrated teams in college football right now. Oregon, to me, are a win away from being in the national championship because I don't think Indiana can beat them twice. So I'll let you do with that what you heard. But let me know what you think down below in the comments about these first round results. I love the college football playoffs. I'm glad it's back.